Hello everyone, this is Otaku Showboat. Today is Friday, October 18th, 2019, and it is time again for our weekly vlog, the weekly update vlog. Oh boy, oh joy, oh bliss. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And all the glorious things, head on over to twitch.tv/otakushowboat to leave a follow. Head on over to Twitter at Otaku Showboat to leave a follow. Head on over to my website at otakushowboat.com, as well as help support my continued existence on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat. And if you would like to continue and help to grow the community, as well as be able to provide direct feedback to me and take part in discussions of future content, be sure to join my Discord server. The link is in the description below this video to join my Discord. And you may definitely want to consider joining my Discord this week in particular, because I have a very important thing to discuss regarding upcoming content. So, Autonauts exists. I have been doing a lot of Factorio content lately, and I know that I have been attracting a an audience that enjoys the type of game that is Factorio. And with Autonauts releasing, I decided, you know what? This is actually very much my speed of game. I really like what I've been playing of Autonauts thus far. So what is Autonauts? It is a production chain management game similar in concept to a Factorio. It is 3D though, low poly 3D with a focus on building and programming robots to do your automation for you. So instead of building buildings to automate your production and building like belts and stuff to move things around and inserters and all of that, this is based off of building robots that will act as your logistics as well as your overall automation mechanisms. You build locations with which are your machines that robots will be at to build stuff for you. And you can do a lot of things, and it is programmatic, as in it is designed in a way to help you learn the basics of programming. It's the basics of programming, learning the basics of programming through a like drag and drop system. Realistically speaking, these types of programming languages that have been developed are great for people who are first learning how to think like a programmer. It's a great way to learn how to think like a programmer and not necessarily a way to fully learn how to program exactly. It teaches you the logic you need and how to think when doing the actual programming, when you get around to actually learning how to type out and how to properly format the syntax that you need of the individual programming languages. Because across the board, all programming languages are all similarly based. They all follow the same logic. And this game actually helps you learn that base logic that you can apply to whatever programming languages you decide to look up and learn in the future, which I like. I like a lot. I like it a lot, actually. I like it. I really like it. I would, in fact, say that I would like to make content of it. And this is why joining the Discord will be very important at this point in time. Now, I'm going to try to remember to put a poll in the form of a card somewhere in this on this video around this time. I'm going to try to remember that. So the poll is going to be, I think, three options. One is, well, it's going to be the question is, do you want to see content? If so, what type of content of Autonauts? So I guess this will be four options. One is no slash I don't care. Two is yes, YouTube content. Three is yes, stream content. And four is going to be both YouTube and stream content. So we shall see what the results of that are going to be. Now, because I know that chances are people aren't actually going to respond to cards, that's why I'm saying join the Discord server so that we can have a discussion on this topic live. You can tell me. You can actually type out the words. Say, hey, I want you to make content about Autonauts or whatever else you want me to make content of. For reference, Autonauts, having just gone on sale yesterday, as of the day that this video is being posted, it is on sale for 20% off for its first 2 weeks. So you have a bit of time if you would like to pick it up within the first 2 weeks of launch at 20% off. It is 20% off on Steam, but more importantly, it is also available on Humble Bundle. I am a Humble Bundle partner slash affiliate, so I will have a link below this video to the Humble store. You don't pay any additional money by using my affiliate link. I just get a little bit of a return for you using that. It is an indirect means of support for me. If you'd be so kind and would like to pick up Autonauts through the Humble store. If you have Humble Monthly, you can get up to an additional 20% off. So not only is Autonauts 20% off a rather cheap price of $20 base, not only is it 20% off, but you can get a further 20% of that 20% off if you have Humble Monthly. Just bear in mind that by default, the discount as applied will be 10%, and you can manually go in when you go to make your purchase to say, hey, I want to apply my entire 20% to this order rather than have it 10% with 10% going to charity. So bear that in mind. You can do up to 20% on that as well. That brings the price down to under $13 if you do the full set of discounts. And if you want Humble Monthly, I would highly suggest this month's Humble Monthly in particular, because they have revealed 7 games that you get that are good. It's technically 7 games. You get the Spyro Reignited trilogy this month, along with the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, as well as a stupid shooter game that's outdated now. But anyway, I think you understand where my thoughts are about shooter games. I don't know. It's worth it for the 2 remastered trilogies or sets of 3 by itself. You can just ignore the stupid shooter games. Anyway, it's a good month to get monthly, and it is a good time if you are interested in Autonauts to pick up monthly, the Humble Monthly, as well as get your 20% off the purchase of Autonauts, in addition to the current 20% off That is the sale that is currently running. So I highly suggest doing that. Please don't forget to use my humble partner link below this video so that I can get some benefits out of that. In fact, if you don't have Humble Monthly, in fact, if this will be your first time getting Humble Monthly, I actually get a really good bonus for folks who join Humble Monthly for the first time using my affiliate link below. So do bear that in mind. It actually basically fully offsets the cost of a month of Humble Monthly for any new people who join using an affiliate link. That's across the board. Whatever Humble partner link that you use, no matter whose you use, if you are for the first time joining Humble Monthly, the person whose link that you used actually gets $10 of that $12 fee. So it's actually really good for first timers. So I'm just letting you know that. Of course, yes, I do. Just full disclosure here, I will have a disclosure set of text under this video describing exactly how this works. You don't pay extra, I just get something out of it for using it. All the standard fare as the cat leaves my lap. So yeah, Autonauts. I like it a lot. I played it last night through the whole evening, even though I should have been doing other things. And yeah, it's great. So, as for other things, let's move on to other topics for the day. Just be sure to let me know if you want to see Autonauts covered on my channel. I would really like to make content either type streams or normal content. The issue with streams will be, of course, I don't really have that much time to add a stream specifically for Autonauts, so yeah, that it would be tricky, and I don't really want to take away from any of the current streams that I'm doing. So, unfortunately, even if people do want to see streams of Autonauts, it's not really in the cards right now. I just don't have the time to devote to it. I have to earn actual money in my afternoons, so and I have my mornings booked making content currently. So there's just really no additional time that I'm really willing to fully give. I am basically dead in the evenings. After 6 p.m., I'm dead to the world pretty much. Uh, my brain is fried. I don't think the same way as I do in the mornings. It would vastly deteriorate any type of content I try to make past 6 p.m. That's my like relaxation, reading, playing games myself time. So, and then from basically 1/2 o'clock in the afternoon all the way up to 6, that's my time to try to earn cash through doing transcription work. So, barely, barely, barely making a living off of that. So, and then in the mornings, Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, streaming the whole time from 10 onwards. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Python's tutorials, recording that, doing all the write-ups for that, doing this video on Fridays as well on top of all of that. So it's already going to be hard enough trying to squeeze in standard YouTube videos if I want to make Autonauts content. If you would like to see Autonauts content, I don't know about streams. I don't know about streams. If I do a stream, it would have to come at the expense of a tutorial. That's it's as simple as that. It would have to come at the expense of a Python's tutorial each week, at least one Python's tutorial each week if you want me to stream it more than once per week. Like, that would be at the expense of however many times per week for the Pyandons tutorials, because I just at this point in time, I do not earn enough money to support spending that much more time. It's simple economics at this point. I just can't do any more than what I currently do at the amount of money that I currently make. So this is why I will, of course, also remind folks that I do have Patreon. I do have Patreon, and I do have goals on Patreon that specify exactly how much I would need to earn in grand total, like grand scheme of things, across all various different channels, including things like the Twitch subs and direct tips, and through Patreon, and through whatever ads on Twitch at this point, because all affiliates now can get paid for ads that are run on their videos, including the like pre-roll ads. I've gotten like 6 cents thus far since that changed. It's like, okay, all right, I'll take 6 cents thus far with 3 subscribers. It's like, well, okay, we're just over $7.50. We're just over $7.50 on Twitch. You need 100 before you actually see any of that money. Patreon, I am very happy. I have one current Patreon patron. We shall see if that person decides to stay a patron going into the month of November. They are providing $25 of their own cash. Of course, I only see like 21 and change of that due to fees. The PayPal fee, not the PayPal, the Patreon fee itself it's $2 at the start, plus a percentage. And then when you pay out, it's another 1%, minimum 25 cents, when paying out to PayPal. So, yeah, that's existent. There are fees that are associated. That's why even though they did provide 25, my Patreon page doesn't have that goal finished. It's because Patreon now actually takes into account at least some of the fees, in terms of how far you are along on your goals and what your actual total monthly income is. And that is publicly available on the Patreon page, by the way. You can see how much I earn on Patreon directly. I have that option on, as well as the number of patrons. So bear in mind, if you do become a patron, you will have access to a unique role on my Discord server. That's a relatively recent addition. And then anything over $5 per month, you have the option of selecting a reward tier to have your name presented at the end of my videos for every month that you are currently subscribed through Patreon. And of course, all my patrons will be able to have their names put on stuff that can take names and all that. All of that shenaniganry. All of that shenaniganry. I will always make sure that I have a list of names available to use for stuff that lets you do unique names. So, yeah, that's that discussion. I have goals for like when it would become economically viable for me to add an additional stream day. Like as it is, even if I were to do anything with Autonauts, it's like, well, that's already one of my reward tiers basically is at the $100 level. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do Gladius and have this as a slot, a new slot. Now if I do Autonauts, it's like, well, then that's another slot. It's like, oh God, it's going to be painful, but I feel like I have to do Autonauts content at this point because it's new and because it's being searched for, and I have to be a good content creator, a good content creator, a savvy content creator, and actually follow the trends and all that good stuff. You actually have to follow trends. If I want to actually grow, I will have to do Autonauts content. So, yeah. It's you can tell how I've been talking today that it's definitely something that's on my mind. There's this war going on in my mind. It's like, do I do additional work, try to make this all work? And then what's complicating things even more is this past week my transcription work was slow. I have not earned as much as I should this week, less like about half as much as I should earn through transcription work this week, due to the quality of the transcriptions that have been available lately. It's been terrible, awful, awful stuff has been posted, and it's like it's not worth the time for most of it. Not at 45 cents per audio minute, which each audio minute is like between 2 and 3 minutes of actual time for me in the way that I'm doing this transcription work through Rev. So it's like, oh God, it's like I'm lucky these days to even make $5 an hour, let alone what I was uh, about a couple months ago, earning up like upwards of $10, $12 an hour through the work there. But yeah, so that's been awful lately. It's been awful. I don't even know why I even thought I could afford to do the Humble Monthly with the Autonauts thing. As cheap as it was, it's like, okay, well, that's like $25 and change in total between the two things, but that's now money I no longer have. So, anyway, anyway, that's all of that. If you would like to support me, Patreon is the preferred method because it is a lot less fees. It is monthly, and it is also instant. I can see that money the next day, and you can have a recurring subscription there if you so desire. Unlike with Twitch, while Twitch does give you the benefits of like the emotes and things, being able to use the emotes, Twitch keeps half of that money. Like Twitch keeps half of that money. So, and then, well, with bits, you pay up front the fee on the bits. I get 1 cent per bit, and then if you use the sound alerts, because I do have the sound alerts extension for my channel. No one's used it yet, but if anyone were to use it, I would get 80% of those bits. So, yeah, fees, glorious fees. Fees are awesome. And then you have taxes on top of it, taking a good chunk of your income. And then transcription work is not going to be available during the holidays for a good 3 weeks during the winter holidays, and then like the day of and after Thanksgiving aren't going to be that great either. Like the time frame around Thanksgiving at the end of November, so I have to think ahead about all of my expenses, what all of the expenses are going to be, and the lack of income for those very specific weeks, and then I have to make sure that I'm earning enough to cover everything leading into all of that. And as of right now, I'm not. Like, frankly, I'm not. Even like with my current workload, it's just not it's just not happening, and it's wearing on me. It's wearing me down ever so slowly. I am getting worn down by this. Anyway, so at the $100 level on Patreon, I have the goal of starting up the Gladius Let's Play and introducing that as a dedicated Let's Play slot going forward. I also, then every $100 after that is like a new stream day, because $100 a month. What does that mean? In reality, outside of that reward, what does it actually mean? Well, that means that I can take 1 day per week not transcribing. That's what that means. That's 1 day per week not transcribing, which means I can do work in the afternoon towards my content creation. That's what that means. Every $100 per month is basically the equivalent of one afternoon per week. It's on the low side of things, but it's like on the average side of things lately. So that's what it means in practice, is that 1 day per week I can make additional content without having to worry about my total transcription income anymore. So at 100, it's like, okay, well, I will take an afternoon off to make some content for Gladius. In fact, that first 100, the plan was I will spend my Sunday afternoons doing recording for a Let's Play. And that's effectively what it's going to have to be if I do Autonauts. Autonauts content would be weekends already. So it's like, okay, well, that's taken up some time. At $200, I could stream one extra day per week at the usual time. I would stream at the usual time, and then in the afternoon is when I would do recording that I would have done in the morning. So it basically would push back what I would do in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, push that into the afternoon, and I would hold a normal stream at the normal stream time on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday each week. And that's at $200. And at $300, it's 2 days, $400, 3 days. I don't think I want to go much higher than that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my Patreon page, because I'm like already forgetting exactly what my goals actually are. So let's just go over what the goals actually are. So $15 per month. As long as I have this one patron at $25, that one's covered going forward. And that one, the reward is removing ads from the Otaku Showboat website. No more ads on my website. Instead, I have a little thing on the sidebar for Patreon as well as for the humble partner stuff, and that's all that there will be. Just no more ads. That because 15 is enough to cover the monthly cost of the website hosting and domain renewal, which, by the way, is coming up on November 8th. November 8th is when that renewal comes in, 3 weeks from today. And that's going to be over $170 to pay. That's not going to be fun. That's going to be like $174 and change. Goal to $25 per month. Reward is just a general thank you video. That 25 was just a milestone marker for the most part. $50 a monthly update video to thank the Patreon patrons, as well as discuss the content roadmap over the course of the month, what my plans are going forward for the month, but mostly a thank you video each month at 50 per month, because that ideally covers like the time that it would take to make that video every month. $100, there's two rewards at 100. One is to have the internet upgraded to gigabit Ethernet, or gigabit speeds for the internet. Upgrade from what we have now to gigabit, which, of course, I would be paying to help on that upgrade. That would mean that I would be able to upload videos in much higher bit rates. I would be able to stream in higher bit rates. It would be the biggest overall difference in video quality to date. Like, it would be the biggest change in video quality because I could actually render the videos in higher quality than what they are now and feel comfortable uploading massively much huger videos, like absolutely gargantuan video sizes, which I can't do now because I have a monthly data cap of a terabyte. 1 terabyte data usage cap monthly that we have to stay within, that I've, generally speaking, I have made sure that we have stayed within that 1 terabyte, even if we've come quite close at times. But upgrading will get rid of that cap for where I live, so that has been on the agenda. And then on top of that, it was starting up a Let's Play slot, which would begin with a Gladius Ursula campaign. So 100 is the new slot for a Let's Play. 200 is 4 streaming days per week. Oh, and I see. It was every 200 after that. It was every 200 after that. So then 5 days at 400, 6 days at 600. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that to 200, 300 for the 5, and then 400 for the 6. I'm going to change that. In fact, I'm going to change that right now, live, as we speak, because so when you go and you eventually do see this, the goals should be mostly updated. Because I was just saying, oh, $100 is about enough to cover one day. So let's see, where is... Yeah, 400 will be 3. 600 will become 4. And that will be that. So 200, 300, 400 for the 3 days extra per week. And that'll be the extra stream time. I'll probably add a 500 for just more and more, because strictly speaking, 800 is about the quote full-time status. 800 completely offsets having to do any sort of transcription work. Yeah, 800 would fully offset any transcription work that I would have to do. That would fully cover my current expenses would be $800 a month, which is like the ultimate goal of doing all of my content here. Doing all of this content, I'm telling you right now, the goal is I would like to earn $800 a month or higher. 800 or higher. That is the goal of this. What my purpose is. That is the purpose going into this. Of course I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy making the videos. The videos is like, and doing the streams and talking with the community, taking part in the streams, being active with the people who come in and chatting with the folks who come in during the streams and doing all of that good stuff. That is all great. That is a reason, that is like why I want to do all this, is I do enjoy inherently doing this, but practicality's sake, the goal is I need to earn about $800 a month to stop transcribing. The goal is to stop transcribing. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to not have to depend on transcription work, what I currently do, my current job, going into the long term. I don't want to rely on that as my primary source of income going into the long term. So, as I continue drinking my coffee, almost finished, that's the state of things as of this week. I am very thankful this week on the Tuesday and Thursday streams. We had greater than 4 average on these 2 days, greater than 4 average viewers on these streams this week. Actually, the Tuesday stream this week was above 5. It's the first time I've had above 5 average viewers on my stream, and I was very, very happy when I was glancing over every so often and was actually looking at the actual viewer counter. It's like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. It doesn't like really change how I'm behaving on the stream so much. I react to the chat. I respond to people talking in chat. I keep discussing what I'm doing, and it we go on. But I'm just glad and happy to see that there were so many people that showed up on Tuesday. I wish they would have been there on the Sunday stream. It's like, okay, what was going on Sunday? I think there were things that were going on Twitch over this past Sunday and going into the previous week. So I think there are some other prior engagements people might have had that they were watching, but we shall see what things are like this coming Sunday. Now, Thursday was the Morrowind stream, and that one also got over 4 average viewers, which also was really nice. Like, that was really nice. I was pretty surprised, actually, to see that it was above 4 average. It was like 4.2. I can actually bring that up. Let me save those changes. I'm going to actually bring up to look at my Twitch stats. Oh, apparently I have 11 cents of ads. Apparently, oh boy. 4.3 was the average, and 5.4 was the average on Tuesday. That is the highest ever. It beats out 4.8, which I think was the previous highest. I think the previous highest was 4.8. And my average, of course, is above 3. It had dipped a little bit below that 3 mark for a short period of time, but I'm already an affiliate, and they don't really care as much, I guess. Like, if you do fall below 3 and you're like that for an extended period, then yeah, you're probably going to lose your affiliate status. But I just got it and was on the cusp. So yes, there are going to be swings because that's just how stats work. That's just the way of things. Every day is different, every stream is different, and there's oscillation. There is ups and downs, and even the average, it being a 30-day average, it's going to have some oscillation to it, even if the trend is up, is going up. Even if the trend itself is going up, which it absolutely is, and I'm very, very thankful for that, very, very happy for that, there is going to still be low days, and there's going to be really good days. In fact, this past week is a prime example of that because Sunday was 2.3. Sunday's average viewers was 2.3, followed then by Tuesday 5.4. And then I played Morrowind for 4.3. What was the previous Thursday? The previous Thursday was 3.3, and then the first day of Morrowind on October 3rd, that was 2.4. So Morrowind's actually been ramping it up, and I'm very, very happy about that. It seems like the people who have decided to watch Morrowind, A, I know at least there's one person who got in on Morrowind and has showed up to the Factorio streams, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for that. But also, it's attracting people who are coming to see Morrowind and then coming back each week to see Morrowind when I play it, which is also really nice. I am very thankful for all the viewers who come in, no matter what they're here to see. Yeah, so that one's grown 2.4 to 3.3 to 4.3. I am very interested in seeing what this next week is going to hold. Are we going to see over 5 average on Thursday's Morrowind stream? That would be great to see, like, a consistent +1 every week. I mean, I will take it. I mean, I will take that. Like, that's decent. That's not like amazingly good growth, but it's better. It's better. And that's what matters, right? That's what matters. It's better than before. Better than before. And right now is like the highest of my viewership has basically been, the most engaged my viewership has been ever across platforms, just across platforms. It has been absolutely amazing. On the YouTube side of things, the views have been down a bit. The stats for the last 28 days are dipping lower, but that was anticipated. There was a massive increase overall. The 90-day stats are still up a lot, like seriously a lot, and we're declining a bit from the initial start of the planned-ons tutorial series, and that was fully expected. I was anticipating that, yes, eventually it will dip a bit before we rise again, and we will rise again. Don't worry about that. We will rise again. I haven't seen this level of viewership, by the way, since, gosh, I don't know, 2014? 2014-ish, when there was a bit of a spike at some point for some reason. I think that was when I did the yeah, I think that's when I had done the Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life special edition. Take two, like the Harvest Moon stuff. I think it's been, yeah, I think that was around the time. I think that was around the time. If I look at my subscribed numbers, yeah, it was 2014, April, May, June 2014. That time period was the last time I had a larger spike in subscriber views, but right now is the largest consistent subscriber views that I've had. I am pretty sure that this is the largest yeah, this is the highest that it's been. September 2019 is the highest subscriber views I've had on YouTube. And I am very, very thankful for that. It needs to be about 20 times higher than what it currently is. Uh, I want it to be about at least 20 times higher than what it currently is. That would be what I would that would be a lot closer to what I would consider being able to start really actually making a living off of doing all of this. But that's not going to happen overnight. That's going to be very slow. It will be an arduous journey. But we will get there together. We will get there together as I am looking at 645 subscribers right now, getting closer and closer to that 1,000. Haven't hit 650 yet. Let's see if we can hit at least 650 this week. That would be nice, hitting 650 this week. If you aren't subscribed, that now would be the time. Now would be the time. Speaking of which, by subscription status, over the past 28 days, over the past 28 days, 21.3% of views have come from subscribers, and 72.9% from not subscribers. Now, when looking at these stats, the past 2 days, as of the moment of this recording, have not been calculated. Like, it hasn't processed who was subscribed, who was not subscribed of the views. So it pops up as unknown. There's like 5.8% unknown views over the past 2 days. So bearing that in mind, I see that there are days over these past 28 days. I see October 5th, October 6th, October 7th, 10th, 11th, and 12th all had more subscriber views than not subscriber views, and that makes me happy. I would love to see the day that there are consistently more subscriber views than non-subscriber views, but that, I think, is a pipe dream. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'll be lucky to hit 50%. Like, in general, I think most people are lucky to even come close to 50%. So, yeah, let's keep that growing. Let's keep that growing. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed and you have listened to 48-ish minutes of my ranting and raving about stuff, me venting about stuff. Today has been a venting day, getting all of my thoughts out into the void. Basically, that's what this video is going to be. This is basically just thoughts into the empty ether of the internet about what my overall plans and ideas are going forward. I am definitely looking forward to making Autonauts content. If I remember, I will have that card put up with the poll. Be sure to join my Discord server. I am all alone. There's no one here besides me in this Discord server that I have made. Yeah, no one else besides bots. No one else besides bots with me in my own Discord server at this point in time. The invite link is below. If there is a problem with it, let me know. Please let me know if there's actually an issue with that invite link, and I will try to fix that. That would be ideal. So yeah, it is in the description. It's in the like block of links that I have at the bottom of my description. So that you can join onto Discord and let me know all of your thoughts and ideas going forward of things that I can do. So yeah, that will, I think, wrap us up for today. This has been a very, very long video. I do apologize uh, for all of the like ranting and getting the deepest, darkest thoughts out into the ether. I would, of course, like to thank all of you for watching. This has been Otaku's Showboat. If you have, for some reason, enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good stuff. Head on over to twitch.tv/otakushowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter, at Otaku Showboat. Visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat. As well as join me on Discord through bit.ly/otakudiscord. I hope to see you all next week for the next update video where I will hope to be reporting on magnificent, wonderful, beautiful successes of all of the hundreds of wonderful patrons that have joined me over the previous week, and as well as the 50 plus extra people that have been showing up to my Twitch stream and all of that good stuff that is likely not actually ever going to happen, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. And I look forward to that day. But anyway, I will see you all next week, regardless.